I will start my presentation, my second presentation. Actually, just wanted to ensure that everybody understood what does it mean femtech, because here's a lot of text. Femtech is about women health. Indeed, in longevity, indeed we have entire among our 10 analytical subsidiaries, besides, for example, Asian analytics stages, so besides deep pharma terms, we have particular femtech analytics. So this is analytical entity focused on global women's health. Within longevity bank card, there will be a specialized market place for women's health, let's say, vendors for services. It's also interesting coincidence that just yesterday, the head of femtech analytics, Maria Shmilov, she's right now in Kiev. So, and at the same time being in Kiev, she's head of big data analytics on global femtech industry. So she published an article about women's health in Ukraine and how right now women there are actually suffering, from total destruction of healthcare system. At the same time, how technologies, including the technologies which she herself and our team in Kiev will derive from our developments in Kiev internationally, how they are planning to deploy those technologies right after the war, particularly for, in a quick mode, to restore some kind of facilities, let's say some infrastructure for women's health, using first of all, some additional terms for diagnostic and monitoring of health. Okay, now what DeepTech Group is going to do in the next year and next several years. So, whereas during the last 10 years we were focused on data aggregation, development of big data and ecosystems, and our corporate AI engine, the next year or two will be mostly focused on conversion of those data assets towards acceleration of deep tech and, first of all, longevity financial industry commoditization. As I mentioned in my first presentation, it will be focused on longevity industry index building, longevity stock exchange, longevity investment bank, deep tech, big data and ecosystem already of second generation, long-term technological forecasting system. Besides financial and commercial activities, we will even more prioritize going deep tech for social good projects, including Fifth Industrial Revolution Institute, and including Techno Philanthropy as a new paradigm for global philanthropy ecosystem. We will be enhancing further our AI engine. With that, we expect to have even deeper insights on the financial markets, and having that even more being able to accelerate the commoditization of deep tech and financial industries. In our view, commoditization of this emerging tech industries, especially when it is about longevity industry, the more they are commoditized, the more they are investable, the more money will be, like on the scale of trillions of dollars, will be deployed in those tech companies. The more they will have money, the faster they will develop their technology and products and deliver to the market. The sooner people will receive those technologies, the sooner they will be, let's say, dying later or living longer in healthy state. So this is about commoditization. It's like core our systemic priority for the next, I would say, 10 years. So indeed, we'll be first of all deploying our budget for enhancement of our AI artificial intelligence engine. Just recently, during the last couple of months, we had more than 2,000 of mathematicians, and we're kind of extending our multidimensional mathematical vector space to even more dimensionality, and applying already to the non-conventional mathematical and deep learning, reinforcement learning techniques. With that, apparently we're planning to extract even more data from, let's say, more insights from big data. We'll be enhancing this interconnection between financial forecasting and technological forecasting, because there is quite a lot of let's say, forecasters which are doing either one or the other, not many which are doing particularly this technological financial forecasting. Gartner is one well known, but they're not using anything like AI or big data on that matter. So this is also architecture of how we are actually already applying now, but what in particular we'll be enhancing during next year in terms of forecasting on IPO, pre-IPO companies, how to evaluate which of them actually deserve to be listed on public stock exchange, so that they will be not then after delisted. Because, for example, as you know, several UK companies which were in the health space, last year they went public on NASDAQ, and unfortunately in this September they were delisted, including, if I am correct, Babylon Health. Nevertheless, our focus will be on developing AI-driven financial tech analytics, but with insights on financial markets, already of second generation with that enhanced AI engine. Indeed, we'll be also expanding our activities in Gulf region. In our view, there's a lot of opportunities now. It's like emerging not only financial hub, but which is kind of a little bit surprising, but at the same time quite understandable. At the same time, emerging as one of the most leading tech hubs. And there will be, of course, deploying all our projects which already established in UK and Europe and Switzerland and so on. But besides that, particularly there will be deploying even some more advanced, and I would say at this stage a little bit secretive projects, proprietary projects of next generation. We will be proceeding building more enhanced, more sophisticated, more robust IT platform for within this paradigm of techno-philanthropy. Indeed, we will be much more significantly upgrading the AI system to analyze global philanthropy ecosystem. We understand the global philanthropy ecosystem currently is assessed by Bank of America turnover is $2.5 trillion. On the other hand, at least several hundreds of millions are participating in philanthropy ecosystem as a volunteer, free of charge. So it's like the biggest, one of the biggest, I would say, only comparable with longevity industry, the two biggest, I think philanthropy couldn't be named as industry, but at least ecosystem. And this is quite important that, because there is close to zero any analytics and any assessments, any kind of benchmarks. And this is quite important to have something like that for transparency, because philanthropy is very much depends on trust. And for that we'll be indeed repurposing, refocusing our AI engine to provide such unbiased, unmanned, machine intelligence-based analytics. Eventually, we're expecting, it depends on some software, let's say, software development offices, but we're expecting to have within 6 months, maximum 8 months, end-to-end platform solution, IT platform solution for philanthropy ecosystem. Fifth Industrial Revolution, the future is faster but much more complex than you think. This is one of my major books to be published in the next several months, based vice versa. The book is published based on the research which we are doing within Fifth Industrial Revolution Institute, but on the other hand, we'll be deploying more resources to develop more sophisticated IT solutions to enhance this platform for maximum collaborative work between scientists. What will be named now Fourth Industrial Revolution fits into this framework of Fifth Industrial Revolution, Fourth Industrial Revolution, sorry, on the left. We are now developing the framework for Fifth Industrial Revolution. This is logical scheme for actually teaching our AI long-term forecasting system. So when people from our team today were talking about big data and ecosystem, especially on DeepTech industry, consider this as big data and ecosystem on Fourth Industrial Revolution. We now started already to build big data and ecosystem on Fifth Industrial Revolution. Technically, it's long-term technological forecasting system. And we are, during the next year, will be specifically working on creating technological forecasting bridge between two systems, which will be actually the tool how to accelerate technological progress from fourth industrial revolution to fifth industrial revolution. For your understanding, in our forecasting, fifth industrial revolution will happen in 10 years from now, 2032. So overall, this could be probably named as technological and financial futurism, but probably today we saw that we are doing this in quite a pragmatic way. Now, talk a lot about technologies in particular, but my personal passion is like life extension. Starting with my personal life extension, however, I think also this technology should be distributed across all humanity. One of my next books, I think it will be published by the end of 2023, the complete guide of how to celebrate your 123rd birthday. And this book will be not about supplements or healthy lifestyle, which is kind of beneficial, of course, for life extension, but in very mild form. I think you will be not surprised that I will tell you that this book will be mostly about data science, artificial intelligence, how this could be applied for personal and overall human life extension. By the way, whoever first will celebrate their 123rd birthday, be aware that I will provide birthday gift of $1 million to the person. This is based on comparison that the previous life record is 123 years and 6 months. And indeed, in that book, in Practical Longevity, we'll be delivering particular technological frameworks regarding, for example, Stefan today mentioned about biohacking, but there are smart biohackers and there are blunt biohackers. So not to be kind of, let's say, full examples of smart biohackers, there should be some logical frameworks, and there are such. And one of my previous books, which was published 1 year ago, Biomarkers of Human Longevity, how data science can accelerate aging research, at the same time, how it can serve as a practical, as a catalyst for practical human longevity, and at the same time, how this can also serve as a tangible analytical tools for de-risking investments, how to not invest into overhyped companies which promising life extension or magic anti-aging pills, but this is built on just like empty promises. And with these technologies, our forecasting that so-called longevity escape velocity could be achieved in 10 years, applying first of all advanced technologies for preventive medicine, early-stage diagnostic of disease, and overall extension of healthy period of life. First of all, by the way, Stefan mentioned this correct. All supercentenarians, the people who are living beyond 110 years, genetically they have the extremely strong immune system. So this is the very possible. There's no secret, solution how to achieve extra long longevity, but the one universal tool, root tool. This is enhanced immunity, which also protects from many pandemics, including COVID. There's many cases when people survived Spanish flu 100 years ago and now survived also COVID. This is because they had extremely strong immunity. Longevity escape velocity, this is the term escape velocity, this is similar to the term which is common in space exploration. Now, our forecasting, but by approximately 2032, but we will be working to make it 2030, the speed of arriving of new anti-aging technologies, treatments, will become equal to the speed of chronological aging of people. And in the next 4 years it will exceed. So that means that many people who have access to such technologies, they will be able, using such technologies, to actually put on pause their chronological aging. And just to summarize, in the next year we'll further prioritize our data science AI department. We will be further working on, let's say, promoting or development DeepTech and especially longevity as a new asset class. We will be pursuing this agenda of DeepTech for social good and techno-philanthropy, and we will be working on further commoditization of DeepTech and longevity financial industry. with that, we'll be focusing on establishment of longevity index, longevity stock exchange, longevity investment bank, DeepTech, big data analytical system 2.0, long-term technological forecasting system. This is just composition of our major entities and their website. Dominic was saying this. Deep Knowledge Group is very much open to dialogues, partnerships, collaboration, cooperation on the topics of deep tech and special longevity with like-minded individuals, organizations across finance, investment, technology, science, governance, sports, and philanthropy. Thank you very much for your attention. Merry Christmas.